6 Sports presents the Dean Trailways 5th Quarter 30th Anniversary.
Well, what a night we had for our local sports teams. High school teams are playing all over the state of Michigan. MSU, both teams hosting big games right here in town. The MSU men's basketball team balling on an aircraft carrier all the way out in San Diego. Welcome into the Teen Trailways 5th Quarter. Thank you as always for joining us. I'm Nick Mantis.
And I'm Ian Kress. We're going to get to the high school highlights a little bit later in the show, because if you're wondering where our sports director, Audrey Dahlgren, is, she's on the U.S. Abraham Lincoln out in San Diego covering Michigan State's game against number 2 Gonzaga that went down tonight. Just a breathtaking scene before tip-off on Veterans Day, and it's no wonder Tom Izzo said he got the warm fuzzies getting on this ship. Junior Mady Sissoko wasn't afraid of the big stage. A.J. Hoggard throws it up, and Sissoko throws it down for two of his career-high 14 points. And just before halftime, no better way to head into the break than this. Freshman Trey Holloman beats the buzzer to give MSU an 8-point lead at the break. MSU led by as much as 12 in the second half, but Gonzaga would rally. Senior Drew Timme, the 22-year-old, draws an and one on freshman Jackson Kohler. Timme had 22 points, and his final one was made possible because of this foul by Sissoko down low. Less than 2 minutes to play, game tied, and he hits the free throw to give Gonzaga the lead. MSU had a chance to win it with less than 2 seconds remaining. Akins hits the three comes up short at the buzzer, and Gonzaga would go on to win a thriller 64-63. And Audrey has more on that final shot that came up short.
With Michigan State's fan base on the edge of its seat, it all came down to one final shot for the Spartans against the number 2 team in all the land. And collectively, if you ask everyone from Tom Izzo to the players, it is a shot that they would love to have had back.
Well, we were going inside, outside. We thought that we tried to post Malik, but we thought Tyson was going to be wide open because they were going to put everybody down there, and he was. He came off it. He said he slipped a little bit, but he looked wide open. Then he tried to do it off the dribble, and he slipped a lot.
What was it like for you watching that final shot go up, as you're on the bench?
It was. I thought we got very good playing going to that last side. I thought we got very good chance to win it, but when I didn't see him go in, it was a little bit sad.
Other than Gonzaga's Drew Timme, who was named the MVP of this game, the star for Michigan State was undoubtedly Mady Sissoko. The junior center had a career-high day in points and rebounds with 14 and 9, and he was able to show the rest of the country what Izzo has been hinting at all summer.
Mady played his heart out for us. He did everything we asked of him to a T, if not more, and it shows in the stats and the things that he did and how he dictated the game in the first half. You can see the little struggles we had when we had to go small when he was in foul trouble. But Mady did his thing, and we appreciate him for doing that.
Boy, I thought Mady did a heck of a job trying to front. He was getting bowed a little bit, but he missed some free throws early. We jumped on him at halftime, and give him credit, he made a bunch at the second half, and it was just one of those things where we just ran out of bodies.
There's no doubt about it, this game felt like an NCAA tournament game, and it's only the first week of the season. Michigan State, of course, is not going back to East Lansing with a win, but they are going home with a lot of confidence, and it's confidence that they're going to need because the road does not get any easier from here with having to face Kentucky on Tuesday in the Champions Classic in Indianapolis. In San Diego, I'm Audrey Dahlgren, 6 Sports.
Well, thank you, Aud. Well, another intense showdown for a Spartan squad took place right here in mid-Michigan.
Oh, yeah. For the first time ever, the Michigan State women's soccer team played an NCAA tournament home game. And, Nick, you were there, and it was not easy for those 6th-ranked Spartans.
It was freezing, but not an easy game at all. In front of a packed crowd, the Spartans had a first-round showdown against the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. And when we got there at halftime, MSU trailed 1-0, but the second half was owned by the Gaynor sisters. In the 56th minute, Justina Gaynor got the drilled home the equalizer. 77th minute, how about a header? Ooh, that one from Zavada Lobovich. Gets it over to Celia Gator, who puts in the perfect spot to take the lead. But then with 26 seconds left, after a handball, Milwaukee gets a free kick. It bounces around, and Natalie Auble taps it in, and we're all tied at 2. So we had to end to overtime. And in the second overtime period, Jordan Wickus passes ahead to Lauren DeBow, who lays out for the pass to Cameron Evans for the game winner as the Spartans win it 3-2 in the second overtime period, advancing to the second round of the NCAA tournament.
Ooh. That is quite the game right there.
Insane. It's as if every single Michigan State game tonight had to come down to the wire as we move over to the ice for the Michigan State hockey team. What a huge game tonight against Ohio State.
Yeah, the Spartans are now second in the Big Ten and took a 4-game unbeaten streak into tonight's game. As MSU was looking for the sweep of those Buckeyes, and it's why we're bringing in the wonderful Haley Schoengart. Hey, Haley.
Hey, what's up, guys? That is exactly right. With last night's win, Michigan State has now won 3 straight Big Ten games for the first time since January of 2019. And the Spartans were looking to raise that number to 4 tonight. Michigan State wrapped up their 4-game homestand tonight against number 10 Ohio State, and they wasted no time going for the sweep. Miroslav Mucha right in front, and he sends it home. The Spartans are on the board 1 minute into the game, and they wouldn't slow down from there. On a power play, Nicholas Mueller stops the puck right in the middle of the ice. He turns and sends that one right past the keeper. One of Mueller's 2 goals in the first period alone. Michigan State would secure the sweep and knock off number 10 Ohio State 4-3 the final.
Another great win for MSU right there. Thank you, Haley. And since we're all caught up with what happened at Michigan State today, it's time for high school football.
Yeah, 6 of our area teams were hoping to hoist a regional title trophy. We have highlights from all across the state right after the break.
Yeah, and that includes DeWitt, who is in search of their 5th straight regional crown. Don't go anywhere. A lot of fun.
Welcome back to the Dean Trailways fifth quarter. Out of all of our area teams, Jackson Lumen Christi was the only squad who got to play host for a regional final tonight. So, did the home field advantage work in their favor? After a 0-3 start, the Titans took an 8-game winning streak into tonight's regional against Lawton. It felt like the whole town was in the stands, including these guys who brought the hype down to the sidelines. In the first, Lawton on 4th and goal, but Joe Lather said, yeah, not on my watch. A huge stop for the Titans to keep the game scoreless. It would stay that way until Aiden O'Brien gives the handoff to Caleb Mallory, who is so good at finding the holes, I couldn't even keep up. The extra point is no good. Blue Devils lead 6-0 headed into the break, but Lumen Christi wasn't going down without a fight. Lathers hits the outside and turns the burners on. He calls his own number and takes it 48 yards to the house. The extra point is good, and the Titans take the lead 7-6. That's where all of the scoring would end for the night. Jackson Lumen Christi defeats Lawton 7-6, the final, punching their ticket to the state semifinals.
Catholic continued its journey into the playoffs by making a trip to the west side of the state, looking for their 3rd straight regional crown.
Yeah, but it was going to be easier said than done with taking on a tough Grand Rapids West Catholic squad. It's not easy to say.
No, it's not. It was going to be a tough test for the Cougars because the Falcons' offense was averaging 42 points a game over their last 4. And in the second quarter, Air Force commit Tim Klaska scores the first points of the game. It was 7-0 at halftime, and on the opening kickoff of the second half, Nolan Reinhardt fumbles the ball but still has plenty of time to head upfield and take it to the crib for an 87-yard touchdown. Lansing Catholic was hoping to avoid the shutout in this one, and the Jack Jacobs to Brandon Lewis connection made sure it didn't happen. The Cougars get on the board thanks to an incredible catch by the MSU commit, but it's West Catholic who takes this one 37-7 and wins its first regional title since 2017.
Well, the Portland Raiders were also all the way out in Grand Rapids, taking on GR Catholic Central, who's won 3 straight Division V state titles. Second quarter, Raiders on 4th down, trailing 14-6. Mark Nobis finds Drew Miller, and Mighty Mouse takes it to the house for a 40-yard touchdown to make it 14-12. A minute left before the half. The Cougars strike again. Kellen Russell Dixon takes the shovel pass and goes down the sideline for a 39-yard touchdown to make it 21-12 at the break. And the Cougars pulled away in the second half to end Portland's season 42-19, the final. Now to Division III, where we had a pair of teams looking to advance to the Final Four, and these teams are no strangers to this stage of the playoffs.
No, they are not. Mason won their first ever regional title last season, and DeWitt was looking for its 5th in a row. We're going to start with DeWitt, who was on the road taking on Linden, and after the Panthers scored on their first drive of the game, the Eagles did the same. Eastern Michigan commit Bryce Unlick goes untouched to the end zone and ties this game at 7 in the second quarter. How about Abram Larner gets the handoff for DeWitt and sneaks past everyone for a 25-yard TD. That would help the Panthers take a 7-point lead at halftime. DeWitt would go marching right down the field then in the third quarter, and it results in a touchdown for Mr. Reliable Bryce Kearns, his 2nd TD of the game, and DeWitt goes on to take down Linden 29-16 for its 5th straight berth in the state semifinals.
Well, another big Division III regional final took place out in Trenton. The Trojans hosting undefeated Mason Bulldogs, who kept it that way thanks to a Kaysen Carswell 305 passing yard game with 6 touchdowns. Derek Basley had 9 catches, 153 yards, and 4 of those touchdowns. A.J. Martell dominated in the running game once again, 107 yards on 20 carries as the Bulldogs win their 2nd straight regional title, 49-30, advancing to the state semifinal round, where they're going to take on Detroit Martin Luther King.
Well, you know, we got to hit Division II. Bill Farraco and his East Lansing Trojans have not captured a regional title since 2007, despite playing in 4 title games since then. So will the 5th time be the charm tonight? East Lansing took the trek out west to Grand Rapids to take on Forest Hills Central. And on the first drive of the game for FHC, 4th and goal, and it looks like the Trojans get this stop, but Mason McDonald is pushed into the end zone. The Rangers lead early 7-0. 40 seconds left in the first. McDonald sends a Rainbow down to tie Hudkins. Forest Hills heads into half up 14-3. EL gets the ball to start the third, and they march right on down the field. Kanye Jackson gets the handoff, and his 11-yard dash cuts the Trojans' deficit to 4, but the Rangers have an answer. Running back J.T. Hartman hits the right holes and punches it in from 7 yards out. With 4 seconds left in the game, it is 4th and goal for East Lansing. Adams gets the snap, is flushed out of the pocket, scrambles and floats one on down to the end zone, but he finds the hands of someone in green and white. Hudkins with the INT, and that is ball game. East Lansing loses a heartbreaker, 21-17, the final. Now we've got to take one last water break, but when we come back, the Michigan State football team is back in action tomorrow. And can they keep the good vibes rolling against Rutgers? Hear from the team when the D-Trailways 5th quarter returns.
Welcome back to the Dean Trailways 5th quarter. It's going to be a chilly one in the woodshed tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, Michigan State might have to keep chopping some extra logs to keep the furnace a little hot there tomorrow.
Nice.
The Spartans take on Rutgers tomorrow in their first noon game of the season, and with the win over previously 16th ranked Illinois last weekend, MSU now sits at 4-6 and 2 wins away from being bowl eligible. Mel Tucker said it is one game at a time, and that's the mindset, but the players know there is still a lot to play for.
We got guys that are playing this did last year. They want to go out the right way. We got guys that are going to be playing on Sundays next year that, you know, they still got football to play here in college. That they want to put good film out there. And then you got young guys that are trying to prove themselves too for next year. So everyone's still got something to play for. You know, there's no lack of motivation for guys to be playing. And if you do have a lack of motivation, then you probably should, you know, take a look in the mirror.
Oh, if you believe it or not, we still have some high school games going on tomorrow. Grand Ledge is taking on Caledonia tomorrow afternoon.
And then in Division 8, Fowler will take on Ubley. That's on the road. Haley, you will be there. And one final score we want to give you. Michigan basketball took down Eastern Michigan at Little Caesars Arena, 88-83. So a close one for the Wolverines.
It's going to be exciting. You're going to be at the Michigan State football game tomorrow?
That's right. A little chilly, but it's all right.
I mean, yeah, it'll be chilly over over with Fowler too, so we got to make sure to bundle up.
There you go. Good night, everyone.